Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to the second Shell Eco Marathon Europe 2017 live Q&A. Tonight we'll be talking mostly about logistics. So I will be doing a quick presentation first, and then we'll be doing a Q&A session together with Gilles. And see all of your questions. On the right-hand side, you have a live chat area where we can look at your questions and answer them. So for those of you that have just joined us, welcome. Second Shell Eco Marathon Europe 2017 live Q&A session. That's going to be mostly about logistics this evening. With us, well, with me this evening, I have Gilles Vanier, who is the technical Shell Eco Marathon Europe. I think you all know him very well. And I am Sarah Engel, and I have the lovely job of taking care of you guys and answering all your questions from the beginning to the actual event. There's quite a few of you already watching, so I'm going to start with the presentation so we have as much time as possible at the end for your questions. So let me just share my screen here. And full screen. Gilles, can you see my screen? Is it working?
Yes.
Okay, great. So welcome everyone again to the live logistics Q&A today. My name is Sarah Engel, and I'm going to be taking you through some slides first to go over essential information that you need to know so that the event goes as smoothly as possible for you. And then we'll be taking your questions and answering them, hopefully. So first off, let's talk about vehicle deliveries. For teams who are shipping with Agility, who is our partner for freighting this year, when you arrive, your crates with your vehicle and equipment will be waiting for you in your garage in the paddock as soon as you arrive, already on Monday, May 22nd from 9 a.m. Teams who are shipping with any other company, so I'm thinking about the Spanish and Portuguese teams, the Turkish teams, you guys usually deliver with Seoul or with Alijan, so please make sure that whoever you are transporting with, make sure that you put them in contact with either Joanna or Steve. There's a dedicated email address, which is sem17logistics@agility.com, so make sure that they know that you're coming and that they've been in contact, so it's a lot easier for them to deliver your vehicle to Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. As you know, deliveries are only possible on Sunday, May 21st, between 8 and 5 p.m. only, so please make sure that's very clear with your shipper. Make sure they know that Sunday is the only day that you can deliver, and at the latest is 5 p.m. And the address is marked below. It's the same as last year. If you look in the participant handbook, I've also added the GPS coordinates. Hopefully that'll make it a bit easier to find the location. Teams who are camping and are getting their things delivered, I'm thinking about the Turkish and Spanish teams again. You usually get your things delivered and your camping equipment is in your crate. So please make sure that you pack it separately, that it's in boxes that are easy to transport, and make sure that you label them with the race number, your team name, and contact information. Once you've taken all that equipment out, please go speak with someone from Agility at the Agility desk, and they will let you know where to put your equipment that needs to go to the campsite. And Agility will then bring it to the campsite for you. Please make sure that there's someone there at the campsite to receive the equipment. Otherwise, it will stay there and wait for someone to come pick it up. So you'll be able to get on one of the free shuttles to get from the Olympic Park to the campsite. What's this? There you go. So for teams that are driving themselves with their equipment, with trailers, etc., Make sure that you come to Stratford Waterfront on Carpenter's Road. Same thing, you can follow the GPS coordinates that I added in the participant handbook to make it easier. Arrivals are only possible on Monday the 22nd and Tuesday the 23rd. If you can't make it on either of those days, if you can only come after Tuesday at 6 p.m., please send me an email and let me know. Don't pack your vehicle in a crate, because that's going to make it a lot longer and more difficult to unload. And as you know, a lot of teams will be trying to unload at the same time. So make sure it's strapped in an open trailer, or it's inside a van or a trailer, but don't put it in a crate if you're driving yourself. Please try to keep the number of vehicles queuing in Stratford Waterfront to a strict minimum. This is, again, to reduce the queue and make sure everyone can get settled in as quickly as possible. Make sure you separate camping gear and paddock equipment well. So for example, if you're going to Stratford Waterfront first, make sure that everything that is at the front of the vehicle is for the paddock, that you don't have to take out all the camping equipment and then the paddock equipment and then put the camping equipment back in there and then drive to the camping. It's not logical. Try and think logically. This is the order in which you're going to do it. This is how you should pack your vehicle. If you're coming with a big vehicle, like a bus or a coach, or with a big trailer or a van or a big truck, please also let me know by email, because those teams will not be able to drive to the paddock, and we have to arrange a different solution for you. Okay, so please let us know so that you don't waste any time when you arrive. One thing you might want to be aware of as well, if you're driving to London yourself, is that Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park is located within the low emission zone in London. And this means that if your vehicle is a certain age, you might have to pay some extra taxes. So please make sure you check that out before either renting a vehicle or bringing an old van or an old car. Transport. So the closest public transport station is Stratford, which is about a 15-minute walk from the paddock. This station actually has quite a few different lines. So there's the Jubilee and Central lines, which are the tube lines that go towards the center of London. And then you also have the Overground, the DLR, and National Rail services. So this is the closest station. If you're coming by public transport, please stop there and then make your way over the bridge towards the swimming pool, towards the London Aquatic Centre, you can see here. So if you come out, you'll go through here. You're going to cross here, you're going to follow this little gray line here, cross over, and then walk to the paddock, which is here. Okay? Teams who are camping will again be able to use the free shuttle service that we have for the students. The shuttle service leaves from the waterfront, which is here, just like last year, same place, and it drives to the campsite. You should allow about a 30-minute drive from the waterfront to the campsite, depending on traffic, obviously. The first shuttle will leave at 5:30 every morning from the campsite because the paddock open at 6 a.m. And the drivers and team managers will have priority in the morning so that they can make the 8 o'clock mandatory technical briefing in the morning. The last shuttle will leave Stratford Waterfront at 11 p.m. every night, so make sure you don't miss the last shuttle. And please always use the shuttles. Don't try to walk or cycle on your own, because we just want to make sure you're as safe as possible. And some of those areas go through the park, which in the dark isn't necessarily safe, just like in any big city. The campsite, let's talk about that real quickly. I know a lot of you weren't very happy with the campsite last year, so we're doing everything we can to make your experience a little bit nicer. We'll have cleaning people there, making sure that the showers and toilets are clean all the time, emptying the bins, and as you know, you can see here the entrance. This is where the shuttle is going to drop you off, the free shuttle. If you're driving yourself when you arrive, you'll have to drive through the campsite, through that gate, and then you'll be able to park here at the team car park. And there we will have some buggies to help you unload your equipment and bring it to the actual campsite. The campsite will open on Monday at 9 a.m. and it will close on the Sunday after that, so on the Monday after that, sorry, on the 29th at 9 a.m. There will be, as usual, a cooking tent for you, so you can make food with tables and benches, microwaves, kettles, cooking hobs. Sorry, that says cooking. It's supposed to be cooking. The showers and toilets, as I just mentioned, will be cleaned regularly. And if you want your campsite to be connected to electricity, please go and speak with the campsite management, and they will hook you up. As usual, the spaces are allocated on a first-come, first-served basis. So the first teams to come will be able to choose which area they want to camp in. And there will also be, as usual, an under 18 area in the campsite for teams with younger team members who want to be closer to the bathrooms and maybe further away from the noise. We do allow camper vans or caravans in the campsite, but in a limited number. So if you do intend to come with a camper van, please let me know and email me at that address. Important, and I think there was a lot of room for improvement there from last year, was your check-in and check-out procedures. One thing I want to say, and that's very important, is we on our side have looked at the process again, and we are doing our best so that it goes as quickly and as smoothly for you as possible. But that also means that you actually have to read what we put in the participant handbook and respect the procedure. If everyone starts doing their own thing, it's going to create a big mess like it was last year. So there's also part of the responsibility is also yours to be aware of how it's all going to work and to actually follow those guidelines. So when you arrive at the Stratford waterfront on Carpenter's Road, you will be asked to queue. There will be several queues for the vehicles, and the team manager and the entire team has to come to see the check-in team in a check-in tent, and that's where you will receive the badges and lanyards. And then the entire team needs to go watch a safety induction video. After the video, at least the team manager needs to walk to the paddock. The rest of the team can either go with him, but can't stay there. You have to either go with him or go back to your vehicle, but you can't stay where the induction room is. And at least one person has to stay with the vehicles in the queue, of course. When the team manager arrives at the paddock, we will check you in. So we will check the garage, make sure everything's fine. And then we'll give you a check-in authorization. It's a piece of paper that you're going to have to keep, and you will walk back down to the Stratford waterfront where the vehicle is queuing, put that piece of paper behind the windshield, and then that means the traffic marshals will allow you to drive to the back of the paddock in order to unload your equipment. When you unload, please do it efficiently. Make sure it goes quickly because there's a queue of people behind you. You're not alone. Don't stop to have lunch. Don't stop to have dinner or a chat or a smoke or a coffee. If you're unloading, please make sure you do it efficiently and safely, but quickly, so that other teams can go ahead and do the same thing. As soon as you've unloaded your equipment, please let the traffic marshal know, and they will direct you to the exit so you know where to go. And then if you're camping, you can go park at the camping. If not, you'll have to find your own parking area because there is no parking at the venue whatsoever. If you aren't driving yourselves, if you are from Spain or Turkey or any of the other teams that are getting their equipment delivered, you can just walk straight to the check-in tent and we'll check you in, and then you can walk straight to the paddock and we'll check you in, and you can open your crate and you'll be done, okay? So please read these instructions. They're in the participant handbook. It's going to make everyone's lives so much easier if everyone follows the rules. When you check in the paddock, we will be giving you something new. It's called the team checklist. This checklist has a series of equipment that we are giving you or lending you for the duration of the event. So we will make sure that you have all of those things, and we will stamp that list when you've borrowed the equipment from us. There's also a return column when you leave on Saturday evening or on Sunday, you must return all of that equipment to us. And especially you have to return the joule meter, the telemetry equipment, and the transponder, as well as any CNG kit or hydrogen cylinders, if that's the case. You have to return those. If you do not return them, we will not check you out and you will not be able to leave. So please make sure you keep this checklist. Don't lose it. Keep it in your locker. Don't touch it. Just keep it until the end. It's very important. And it worked very well in Singapore, and that's why we're doing it again in London. The checkout. You may have read this in the participant handbook. This is also new for this year. Any urban concept teams that have not qualified for the Drivers' World Championship will be able to check out already on Sunday evening, once the event is closed to the public. So, if you haven't qualified for the Drivers' World Championship on Sunday, and you want to at least already start packing up, or you want to pack up completely and leave, that's absolutely fine. You can come to the information desk and let us know. But please note, this is only for the urban concept teams that haven't Drivers' World Championship. We're hoping that if some teams already pack up and leave on Saturday night, it will make things a lot shorter and easier on Sunday night when most of the teams start to leave. Okay? Same thing, we'll need your checklist in order to allow you to leave. But hopefully this will make it a little bit easier. However, I just want to say that if you are checking out either Saturday or Sunday, don't book your ferry back to Europe on Saturday night or Sunday night. As you saw last year, we can't guarantee that you'll be gone by the time you need to be in order to catch your ferry. So out of safety and security and just good sense, please only book your ferry tickets on Monday so that we can all do it and we can all leave in a relaxed manner and there's no stress, especially since it's dangerous on Sunday night. Everyone's tired, it's nighttime, everyone's stressed out. Driving all the way down to get the ferry after such a long week is really not a very safe thing to do. So please try and book your ferry tickets already on the Monday morning. Here's a little map. You can find this map in the participant handbook as well. It illustrates the route that you'll be taking. So as you can see, number 1 is where the entrance is, 2 is where the queue is and where you can check in. Number 3 shows the route that you're supposed to walk down to enter the paddock and check in. Then you'll walk back down that route, give the piece of paper to the traffic marshal, and then you can drive to unload your equipment, unload, and leave. Easy peasy. If everyone follows this carefully, then I think it'll be a lot smoother this year than it was last year. Just a quick overview of the paddock area. So as normal, each team will have their own garage to work in for the entire event. One garage measures 4 by 4 meters, and it's equipped with the following things: 2 chairs, 1 table, a waste paper bin, sockets. So UK teams will have UK sockets, and any non-UK teams will have European 2-pin sockets. You'll also have a locker, which I really encourage you to use to lock up anything important. There will be free Wi-Fi. And this year, something new is that you will have your own tent to hang out in, with some tables and benches, with coffee machine, which is just for you. The public can't access it. It's for you to hang out, to relax, to work if you need to. But please note, there won't be anything to cook with. So you can cook, you can prepare cold food like sandwiches there, that's absolutely fine, but there won't be any actual quick cooking equipment in there. So please make sure you bring everything you need. The coffee machine will work only with credit cards. It won't take cash, so make sure you have the right credit cards, that your credit cards can work in the UK if you're not from the UK. The paddock will be open from 6 a.m. to 10:45 every day, except on the Monday, the very first Monday, where it closes at 8, a little bit earlier. If you have any questions during the event, there will be a student pit stop, which is also new. It's going to be an area where all the partners will have a desk and where I will have my information desk together with my team. And this is where you should go if you have any questions. You can also refer to the screens that we are going to have. So the normal screens that we usually have around tech inspection will now also include information like the daily schedule and things like that. There will also be a screen at the information desk. Something we're implementing this year as well is I will be able to send you SMS or email messages during the event in case I want to remind you of something important or in case there's an emergency. So please don't be surprised if you receive a text from me. And as usual, there will be a welding tent at the back of the paddock for heavier repairs and any hot work, because as you know, you're not allowed to weld or drill inside of the paddock. Food-wise, I already went over this a little bit. So there'll be a cooking tent on the campsite. You can prepare cold food in the student tent close to the paddock. The dinner vouchers are now available for sale on the eShop. So please go on the eShop if you want a warm dinner in the evenings. It's available from Monday to Saturday, and there is a vegetarian and halal option in case you're interested. From Thursday, which is the first day that the event will be open to the public, there will be a few food trucks available as well. Other than that, on the other side of the bridge is the Westfield Shopping Center, which has several restaurants, fast foods, and several grocery shops as well, where you can buy anything you need if you're hungry. And on Saturday night, we are having the student party in the campsite, and we hopefully will be able to serve you guys some food because we're planning on having a nice barbecue for all of you. It depends on the weather, of course. We'll see. After the event, I know this is a little bit early, but I might as well already tell you now. After the event, teams who have passed tech inspection or achieved a valid results will be able to download their certificates from the registration website. So if you don't pass tech inspection, you won't be allowed a certificate. And after the competition, you will also receive a travel allowance. The amount varies according to the distance you've traveled from your hometown to London. If you want to know how much travel allowance you'll be getting, please send me an email. Okay, last slide, we're almost there. Important reminders. Remember, phase 3 closes on April 25th at 11:59 p.m. London time. Quite a few teams haven't submitted phase 3 yet, so please complete phase 3 as precisely as you can. Make sure the team member list is correct, that all the terms and conditions have been signed, that everyone has given a copy of their passport or ID, and please do this by April 25th. This is very important. If it turns out that you can't come to London after all, also please let me know before April 25th. If you don't let me know before, and you don't come to London without telling us, you'll be disqualified from any events in 2018. And I'm not joking, we've done this before. It's not an empty threat. If you don't tell us you're not coming, you'll be disqualified for 2018. Otherwise, you have until May 18th to apply for off-track awards. And if you're arriving after 6 p.m. on Tuesday, again, please let me know so I can arrange something separate for you. If you're coming with a large vehicle like a bus, or if you have a big trailer, please let me know. And if you're sleeping in a camper van on the campsite, please also let me know. Last but not least, read the rules. Read Chapter 1, read Chapter 2, read the participant handbook, watch the tech tip videos. If you're an urban concept team, read the telemetry equipment instructions carefully. Everything's there for you. Everything is on the important information page on our website. Everything's there. All you have to do is read it. I know it's a lot to read, but make sure everyone on the team is aware of the rules of how everything works. And I'm very happy with this slide because I think it's very cute with all these nice pictures of you enjoying the event. And I hope this year we'll get pictures that are just as nice and I hope it'll be even better than last year. So with that, I think we can start with the Q&A session. Let me see. Are there any questions for me? I don't see any questions. Are there any questions on logistics? Do you have any more questions about what if I arrive late, or where can I find some food? I have a question from Vicente. Hi, Vicente. Hi, Sarah. Is it possible to use... Gilles, this is a question for you. Vicente wants to know if they can start their engine inside of the Paddock.
Yeah, again, as last year, we had some complaint, and it will be allowed to start the engine, but only to test the starter, in fact, only 2 or 3 seconds. If you really want to run the engine to eat the engine, or to warm the engine, or to make some test calibration, you will have to do this outside. One of the major differences here we have, it's still not a big test track, but it's easier, really easier than last year, more accessible and bigger than last year, not insert in between the paddock and on the track, where you will have a space to test your engine and to test the car.
Thanks, Gilles. Are there any other questions? We still have a whole half hour, even more. We have 34 minutes just for you, just to answer your questions. It's now or never. Even if it's a technical question, we have Gilles here to answer that. If it's a logistics question or anything else, please don't hesitate.
Just to add some comments about the presentation of Sarah. We know last year we had a lot of complaint at the end of the event about starting, arrival and departure process, about the test track, about the quality of the track, about the campsite, and we cannot promise something as a dream, but we have tried to improve everything, especially departure process. We expect having really a good and more efficient than last year. The track also, we have removed all the ramp everywhere made with metallic part and wood. Everything will be made with asphalt. We still need to have some ramp because we have some place where it's pedestrian crossing and it's made with stone. We cannot remove it. We are not allowed, but we try. We have also a real test track. We try to improve everything to make you more happy than last year, I hope.
Yeah, we're definitely working hard to try and make the whole experience nicer for you. We have a question from, I believe, they are from Poland. Hi guys. They ask, can we have logos of our sponsors on our driver suits? I don't think that's a problem.
No, it's not a problem. Again, something not bigger than a classic Shell Pec 10 or not big logo partner, but it's allowed having a suit like like you can see in any race. Any drivers have a partner on his race suit on everywhere.
Yes, so no problem. You can have your sponsor logos on your race suits. Any other questions? Maybe about telemetry? I've been receiving a lot of those by email. Anything else? Be crystal clear, I suppose. If I don't have any questions, that means I did a good presentation. Any other questions about maybe the campsite? What else?
I think Sarah did a great job this year to inform you about everything, probably.
I hope so.
Yeah. Or you read the all documentation we sent you. It's something we expect always, but yeah.
Quentin, Quentin Salagrand, who I believe is from Hyperbole de Polytech Orléans. Salut Quentin. He would like to know if I can send them the presentation PDF by email, as well as the one that we used for the technical Q&A. So I can do that, or I can put it on the Facebook group where everyone can find it. I think that might be the easiest. So after this, after we're done, I can upload it to the Facebook files section.
Yeah, it's the best option to be available for anybody.
Yeah. I have another question from Vicente. How many pedestrians passed in the new track? I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Vicente. I'm sorry.
Yes, I think it's about the ramp on the track. It's one less than last year. We have 1, 3. It's 3 plus the connection from the road to the front of the paddock. But we are making everything. We have increased the length of the ramp, making everything really smoother than last year. We have made all the effort we can, but you have to know we are in a city, and we have some constraint from the city, from the Olympic Park, and we cannot do everything we want on making totally flat because we cannot remove what is in place currently. We just try to do the best we can to make you satisfied, but it's unfortunately, and it's also the part of the challenge. You have to know we are in a city, we are not in a racetrack.
Yeah, we're going to do our best so that the track is as smooth as possible. But yeah, definitely a good point, Gilles. It's still an urban road. It's a normal road for normal cars, so there's only so much we can do. It'll never be as smooth as a racetrack. So are there any more questions? Okay, so if there's no more questions, I think I will give you 30 minutes back of your time. Yeah, I don't see any more questions coming in, Gilles, so I think that means we've answered all the questions and everything is crystal clear, and everything will go super smoothly in London.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you everyone who joined. Thank you for watching this Q&A, and I will be posting the presentations on the Facebook group now. And if any other questions come to your mind in the meantime, please let me know either on the Facebook group or by email.
Yes.
Last word?
Last word, yes. Good evening, and I hope you are more or less ready. Just make sure when you arrive, you arrive in London, your vehicle is ready, and to pass the tech inspection as quickly as possible to have a maximum of time for practice and competition. I would say good luck for the last few weeks of preparation, and see you in London.
Thanks, Gilles. I can only echo what you've said, so I'm really wishing you the very best of luck in the few remaining weeks. Please be patient with me when it comes to the questions. I will be in Detroit for Shell Eco Marathon Americas next week. Well, no, the week after next. Yeah. There may be a slight delay in when I answer your questions, but please be assured I do look at them and I will answer them. It just might take a little bit longer than usual. And in the meantime, read everything you can. All the information is there. You just have to make that effort and read it. And other than that, best of luck. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you all again in London in May. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.